Hello everybody, my name is Ronja Engarde, and welcome back for more Stardew Valley. In the last part, we did some things. I should really stop doing that because it just shows how much of a complete idiot I am by not remembering. It's gonna be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Fortune teller says the very displaced okay. And the Queen of Sauce is nothing new. I do try to check that every time, just in case, because you never know when you suddenly have forgotten something. I do actually have a lot of, fun, interesting plans for today, but, let's just, get the initial things out of the way. The first thing being the potato, which, let's put one in here, and... I think I want to save those, actually. I don't really, acutely need the money right now, so... there are some foods that are, much better to actually, save for later. Because, all of a sudden, you find yourself needing it, and you just don't have it, and you're just like, oh, god damn it. Really wish I, would have listened to myself and stored some of it earlier. Ooh, dandelion. No, yeah, dandelion. I still can't get over the one part where I saw dandelion and I was like, oh, daffodil. Like a complete dum-dum. Oh well. Let's get to watering. That should be that for the watering. Well, I'm saying that, but I know that is it for the watering. And I do have an idea for what I'm definitely going to be doing today, which is, God, something stuck in my throat there. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be running over here to the blacksmith because I really want to upgrade my axe. Need a bream for a stew I'm making with Linus. Sure. I'll just accept the quest and see if we can do it later. I mean, we could just try for a bream on our way home, I suppose. Excuse me for a sec. God, there's something weird with my voice today. I don't know what it is. But we're gonna go here and select upgrade tools for the copper axe. Because forging is something that is actually really important to get early on for a reason that is not gonna become apparent for, quite a while, actually. But, let's see here. Yes. That's the way we're gonna do it. God, something is, caught on something, and I have no idea of what it is and why it's doing that. I swear I'm not, I don't think I'm getting sick, but oh well. Hopefully it's not, super noticeable. Hopefully it's not as noticeable as it is. Okay, now we're getting the whatever it was seems to have moved on, thankfully. Eat the dandelion, eat the common mushroom, which I didn't even talk about us going to the mushroom cave to get some shroomish. But yeah, that is actually one new thing that we're gonna, try to do when I remember it. Which is going into the mushroom cave for mushrooms. But for now, once again, sorry that it's happening every episode now. But I think we're just gonna, play some music and, be on our way, so have fun with that. Okay, I think that's enough of the beach fishing for now. Because we do have some things that I want to take care of. And I suppose that's one thing that I could have talked about, and I think I'm go. Oh, Abigail. Hey, sorry for the saying anything rude. I didn't get much sleep last night. What do you want? Oh, thought she was going to talk about why she was standing there, but okay. Let's get into the startup saloon, because I wanted to check out what their daily is. Friday, nothing too exciting, and I would like to get, I suppose a beer for now, and 3 spaghettis. The spaghettis are gonna come into play later, but the beer is for Shane. Oh, Ronja, how'd you know this is my favorite? No, I'm trying to chat with you. Rude. No, Shane is actually one that is kind of important to befriend early on. I swear it's not just because he's one of my favorite characters, I swear. No, because the thing about this game is that when you increase your hearts with people, they start sending you recipes in the mail. And the one that he sends, I don't remember how many hearts it takes. I believe it takes like 3 for him. The recipe he sends is very useful to have about halfway into fall. Somewhere around that. And like, it's not that it's super hard to get him up to those 3 hearts, but if you do it too late, then, well, it's too late. So it's better to, start it now early on, and get it and be done with it earlier, if you can. Because it's super duper easy to increase his hearts anyway, because he spends most of his days there in the saloon, and 2 of the things that you can buy from the saloon are things that he loves. Like, I do believe both beer and pepper poppers are both beer and pizza are things that he loves. So, like, that's an easy one. And then the spaghetti actually is for Robin, who also has an item that has a holy moly recipe that I really, really want, but that one is for not for like a set date, but it's just like in general I kind of wanted. Now I do want to use the... No, we don't have energy. Yeah, ding dong. If we had the energy, I would try to hoe up some earth just to try to get some clay, because we need 4 clay for something. Place on fishing rod proficiency, worm bin. The worm bin is really nice, but I think it needs like a gold bar to make it, so yeah, no. And then dressed spinner and barbed hook are also tackles that we can add to our fishing rod when we get the iridium fishing rod. So with the axe delivered, that is a net gain of 243 G, which, not a lot, but I mean, it's something. At least we made up for the G that we spent on the axe, so that's good. Clear and sunny, God. Well, I mean, I suppose it is kind of good that it wasn't going to rain, because I would have probably kicked myself. Refreshing rain, a farmer's best friend. Speaking of, rains you don't have to water your crops, use this to your advantage. Well, I do try to do that whenever possible. And the strawberries are on to their next stage, which is really, fun and fascinating and interesting and all that jazz. So, Another day of watering crabs. You know how it goes by now. Okay, that is all the watering taken care of. So today we're actually finally gonna at least move away from the beach. But I have some unfortunate news in that we're still gonna continue to fish. But at least now there's a change in locale. Can promise that at least. I'll continue picking up some of this delicious salmonberry. I mean, you don't actually get any foraging experience from this, unfortunately, which is, a little sad, but oh well. It's not the end of the world. Let's see, get this. Okay, Linus is over there. Just wanted to check if he was, in his tent, which he wasn't. Because we do actually have his bream. Ooh, prehistoric tool. That one is for Gunther. Save that one. And then we go in here because I want to deliver the spaghetti. For me, wow, I absolutely love it. You're always welcome to visit us if we aren't shopping, Can get pretty lonely up here in the mountains. I suppose we can take a quick look over what she has. So in the shop, she has different things that you can find, even some recipes if you want. For me, I would really like to get the calendar. I mean, we could technically buy it now, but it's a little expensive for something that it's not something you need. It's more of like a convenience. But I like to have a calendar in the house so I can check first thing in the morning so that, I can plan my day accordingly. The first house upgrade, which will give us a kitchen to make, all the recipes that we get. Because, we get all these recipes from the Queen of Sauces, but we can't actually do anything with them. But as you can see, will cost 10,000 G and 450 pieces of wood, which is a little too much for us, at least for now. Construct farm buildings. We do have the mission to create a coop. There's not really a huge, well, yes, it is nice to have, but, what we really need to aim for is the silo. The only thing we're really missing is the clay, and we don't exactly have that much copper either. So, trip to the mines when there's a good day for that would be very helpful. And then also the fish pond. A little expensive, and we definitely don't have the stone for it, but I would really like to get this started as soon as possible, because fish ponds are actually a new thing in the 1.4 update. And I was a little skeptical to it, because when you just take a quick glance at it, it looks like, it looks like a lot to, get into, but it's actually not as, complicated as it looks. And for the most part, it is... I mean, I think I bought my first fish pond, it was either late fall or in the middle of winter, somewhere around that. And I seriously regretted that I didn't start sooner, because I had so much fun with that. Basically, to get a quick overview, because, I mean, we're not going to get a fish pond until probably sometime in summer, if I'm guessing. Basically, you can put any kind of fish in there, and it will reproduce up to a certain point. So, you can, for example, have one fish pond with crabs in them, for example. One fish pond can only hold one type of fish. But you can always, change it so that the pond, if you had a crab pond, you can just make it into another type of pond. But it can only hold one type of fish at a time, is the only thing. But then you might be thinking, oh well, why would I want to Because they basically, it's the primary reason, the quote-unquote obvious reason to have one is to multiply the fish. It's like the thing that it advertises, I think. But the real reason why you would want it is that the fish, every day they have a chance of giving you an item. And depending on what fish it is, they can give you different things. Like, I believe there's one fish that has like a 1% chance of giving you like a super duper rare item, for example, and there are others that can give you geodes, and you know, there's a lot of different things that the ponds can give you. So that is actually the part that I really love, is the, you know, all the interesting different items you can get from it. So definitely something that I'm gonna, you know, be doing a lot of. Don't really know where I'm gonna put the fish ponds in this farm, because when I did my previous 1.4 playthrough, I did it on a standard farm, because honestly that's my favorite type of farm, just because, you know, I like having as much available space as possible. So it's, I'm kind of challenging myself by choosing the forage farm, because the biggest thing is that you know, there's not that much farmland, which, you know, is kind of challenging me, because I do some insane farming when I have the room for it. I mean, I'm at my maximum when I'm like, when I get to fall in the first year. I usually have like several, like, well, no, not fall. When I get to the first of spring in year 2, I have like 4 or 5 15 by 15 grids of farmland, which is like 1,200 something plots of available farmland, which is way more than you would ever need. But that's just the kind of person I am. And 15 by 15 also happens to be perfect according to the 2 different types of watering you can do, the 2 different types of hoeing you can do, because when you upgrade your tools, you're able to do some different types of watering. That won't make much sense now, but it'll make sense later. And it also, 15 by 15 also goes up with different types of sprinklers that you can have. Not the first one, but the other 2. Because right now we only have access to the 4 plot sprinkler, you know, the one that you put down and it waters the crops that are directly above, below, to the left, and to the right of it. But the next ones, the quality sprinkler being the next one, waters crops in a, well, it waters all the crops, not only above and below and left to right, but also the diagonal. So it waters a 3 by 3 square, not counting the square that it stands on. And then the iridium sprinkler, which comes after that again, is basically a quality sprinkler, but it also waters, it waters one square bigger, pretty much. So it goes from watering a 3 by 3 grid to a 5 by 5 grid. So that is, not counting the quality sprinkler itself, that is 24 plots of land that it waters every morning. So, you know, that is pretty powerful. But 3 by 3 and 5 by 5 goes up when, well, the first number that coincides with both of those is 15. So by having a 15 by 15 plot of land, I can start out by using quality sprinklers and then later upgrade to iridium sprinklers without, changing the plot any. Which it sounds really like stupid and weird and complicated and whatever, which, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that of it. But yeah, so I'm honestly very happy that I chose the forge farm, the forest farm. Yeah, I think I've been calling it the forest farm, but it's actually called the foraging farm, because it is focused more on the foraging skill, because you have a lot more wood that you can cut, and you also have different items appearing. We haven't really explored our own farm that much. Like, we've mostly been at the west, no, east, the eastern side of the farm. We haven't really explored the western side that much, which I feel like we should really do one of these days. I think we'll do that in one of the coming episodes when we get the copper axe, because then we can actually do something over there. Because right now with just the standard axe, we can only chop regular trees. But when we get the copper axe, we can actually chop, because there are two different types of wood that we can't chop right now. One being the stumps, the large stumps, which you might have seen somewhere around the farm. We cannot cut those with just the normal one. We need the copper axe for that. And also the large like laying on their side stumps. Those can only be cut with the it's silver axe, but no, the iron axe. You need that one for. So that's gonna take some time, but at least with the copper axe we can at least cut a little bit more than we could before. So I'm running over to the community center because we picked up, I do believe we picked up 3 of the things we need for the lake fish bundle, so might as well drop that off. Lake fish. We need the largemouth bass, the carp. We only got iridium of those, and then the bullhead. Finally, what we need is the sturgeon, which I believe is only in fall. Same thing with the walleye here. That one is also only in fall. I think tiger trout might be in summer, but also again might be in fall. I don't remember. All of these 3, however, the tuna, the red snapper, and tilapia, those are all summer. Those that I do know. So ocean fish are gonna be in the summer, but all 3 of these, the lake fish, night fish, and river fish, I think are all gonna be finished in fall. And then the crab pot bundle, which we do have the clam. We have a clam just laying around, which we can use for this. But other than that, the other ones, we probably should put a crab pot up, either on the beach or right in on the farm. Haven't really decided where they should go. Let me look. How much do we actually need for a crab pot? 3. Oh, yikes! That is not unsubstantial. God, level 8 fishing. That is kind of stupid. Like, it's stupid that holy moly, we might actually make it to level 10 by the end of spring. Well, even the fact that we're as close as we are is kind of insane, and I'm hiccuping. That is not fun. A little bit early, and we do have some surplus energy, so I think I'm gonna do the thing that I talked about, which is friggin' hoeing the lands. That's what it was. Gunther, gifting, thing, gift thing, and a special thing that'll come later, which the time will come when I'll tell you about that. But that is not for now. So let me just hoe up the land and see if we can get anything. I don't really have that high hopes, but I mean, I'm allowed the hope at least. Yeah, these are the kind of stumps we can use the copper ore for. We eat the last two of these. Why not? We got them for a reason. Come on, give me one. At least one would be... Yeah, okay, thank you. Two. Oh. Maybe it is doable after all. Who knows? Oh, just gonna say this out loud so that I might remember it. I should sell one of the salmon berries just so that I have it in the collection. Because that is also one. The spring onion and the salmon berry, I tend to forget both of those. Okay. Come on, gimme. I want that clay, damn it. I think when it turns to 11:30, we should try to run up to the house. Oh, come on. Gimme. Okay, one. Only need one more. Come on, one more. Yes! That should be all the clay that we need to make at least one silo. There. One. Yeah, because we already had 6, so that makes 10. Brilliant. And we have... Oh. Well, at least now we have the clay that we need. Don't know if I'm actually going to use that copper. And again, 2,000 for the fishing, which is seems to be on par for what we can do when it's not raining. But that is going to be it for this episode, so I'm going to be seeing you guys in the next time. Goodbye.